Yeah, I'll need you to handle the Facebook stuff because I've got a fucking slide. I got a PowerPoint presentation
You mean
all
like
ready to
talking to
go.
people in the chat?
Yeah, yeah. I won't be
Okay.
looking at that. Because I've got to deal with. Because there were just some shots in the Halloween trailer. Hi, welcome to Not Like This, where this episode we're going to talk about the Halloween trailer for an hour plus,
You never know. It could go
potentially.
long.
Um, but yeah, when I was watching it this most recent time, there were some shots that I didn't notice, and you might not have noticed it, although you probably did because you said you watched it numerous
At least
times.
30 times.
At least 30 times. Yeah, you probably saw some of
At least
these
30 times.
quick shots because there's one part near the end where it's a montage. It's they're wrapping up their trailer, so it's a bunch of shots, 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 and
Okay.
and there's just some stuff that we missed. But I want to go in order because I've been waiting for this Halloween trailer for
We
so
both have.
long. We both
Both.
have, but I mean the
Long
show, like
time.
the show in general, it's just like, well, what's going on this week? It's like, well, they were filming. It's like, oh yeah, they were filming it. It's like anything.
Test audiences said nope.
Yeah,
John Carpenter said no test audiences.
yeah. It was like executive producer John Carpenter's name. We're pissed at him right now. Make his name real small, but Bloomhouse is gonna be big. Um, so the Halloween trailer came out on Friday, uh,
Yes, it did.
and you watched it right away as soon as
Of
you
course
the
I did.
opportunity presented.
Now I gave you the courtesy because you said I want to watch it on the big screen. I did link you to a preview to the trailer on Facebook, which was just Laurie Strode walking in the backyard with her Winchester. Or no, she's got a revolver in that little bit. But I did not spoil the trailer for you. But yes, as soon as I was looking for it all morning, like where's the goddamn? It's today and it's not up yet. And I found it and I watched it
Yeah,
right away.
because that was a Thursday, and you linked this like Halloween thing, and I was like, okay, maybe they put it out a little earlier online. I don't know, Facebook
Hmm.
exclusive, whatever. So I was like, oh, I'm not touching that. Because just like the screen grab of it, like the thumbnail, I was like, that looks like a trailer. That looks
I
like
don't
something.
blame you for not touching it, but I wouldn't do that to you. Once I saw that it wasn't the actual trailer, I was like, here's the little thing.
I just love this day and age where it's like you have to go full blood sport to avoid fucking spoilers. Ah. Well, yeah, I wanted to see a Halloween trailer on the big screen, so I got my movie pass. I said, "What time
Oh.
is Hereditary playing?" 4:20. Blaze it. uh, and I,
Could have on that. Am I right?
and I and I went to the theater, and I was very excited and nervous because this Hereditary is supposed to be pretty scary, and I was like, it'll be worth it because I'm gonna watch this Halloween trailer. So I get in the theater. Um, and it wasn't really that packed, even though Hereditary made like $13 million, the best for that production company so far. Good for them. But it wasn't very packed, and the trailer started, and I said, "Here we go." I was at Imagine Theater, and I like that place. They got wider seats for the working man. And trailer one, no. Trailer two, mm-mm. Trailer three, trailer four, trailer five, and I'm like, oh, like I know they play a lot of trailers to the point where like sometimes I start to get like frustrated. And I'm like, come on, just start the movie already. But I was like, you better play one more fucking trailer, and like yeah, that's your finale, you know, it's Halloween, and then you play the movie, and they killed the lights and they started the movie, and I was so upset. I was like, you didn't play the Halloween trailer, and now I have to watch this very scary movie by myself. All of this is terrible. Although the movie's pretty great, and maybe we'll talk about that next week because we're talking about this. So I had to go home and watch the trailer, like a commoner on my small monitor. Um,
Right.
but it was worth it. Um, so I
So
go ahead.
I I got a text from you. I had seen the trailer and I said I'm not going to spoil it, but the mask. I just said like, okay, it took them 35 years to make the same mask that someone accidentally made, or something similar enough where it like really evokes that feeling. I said, I'll just leave you with that. And then I got a text from you that said, I'm sitting in the theater now. The trailers are starting. And I'm like, ooh, I can't wait. And then I come to find out yesterday, uh, you're like, I didn't get to see it at the theater at all.
Yeah, because like that's like a setup. Ooh, I'm watching the trailers, and then there's no second text because I had nothing to fucking say. Like, oh, it was great. It was just like, no, no.
Did you get retroactively pissed because you're like, well, I could have watched it had I known I wasn't going to see it here?
No, I started making plans again. I was like, well, I could see something else tomorrow. Because I don't know, for some reason, I really wanted to watch it on a theater screen.
Yeah,
Cause,
but then you're just hoping and praying. If it's
yeah,
not in front of Hereditary or
yeah,
Tertiary or one of those movies, it's not going to be.
yeah.
It's not going to be in front of Infinity War or anything.
Now, did anybody see this trailer in front of a movie this weekend? I'm curious to if it was in
Yeah,
front of anything,
let us know in the chat.
and what was the fucking movie? If it's not
Yeah.
going to be Hereditary, so strange. So I'd like to break down this trailer bit by bit, scene by scene, shot by shot, and
Well,
just
maybe can you tell me a little bit, Dale? Maybe you know a little bit of this. Does it cost like do you have to pay money to get your trailer in front of a movie, or is it just like we're the same studio,
that's what it
we want to put it in
seems.
front of it?
That's usually what it seems to be. There's some sort of benefit and relationship there. But you do find like the genres are the same. Comedy movies have comedy
Hmm.
trailers, and family movies have that. So I was just like, and they did have a couple trailers for some very bad looking, scary movies.
Right. So
But
you would
yeah,
think, yeah,
because Hereditary is A24, um, and you know they're not Universal, which I think is what Halloween is right now. Just unfortunate. Just unfortunate. All right, let's get into this, Jim. You ready?
I'm ready.
Ready? I'm so fucking. I'm still,
What's
it
wrong?
was so like I had to put all this together, just like with all the notes and picture slideshow, and I had to
That
watch the I had
screenshot you sent me, I was just like, oh
and
yeah,
I had to watch the
level of detail.
and I had to watch the trailer like 10 more times, and I was like, this is great. This is the best
I didn't
Monday.
catch that. I didn't catch that. You caught that one.
Um,
Now, before we get right into it, if you haven't seen it, you can pause this and come back to it, even though we're live. You know, it's like 2 minute trailer, but you should have seen it by now if you listen to this show because that's all we've been talking about it about Dale. It's finally here. We've seen the trailer, and Dale and I spent a good amount of time together yesterday, but we knew we were doing this show. We like to do things live. So, do you know how awful it was for me to sit in a room with you for 5 hours, knowing that we've both seen this trailer finally and not really talk about it at all?
yeah, we were very just like more casual, like surface stuff.
Hmm.
Like thought it looked pretty good, huh? Mask
Yeah.
didn't look terrible. We're just avoiding eye contact. Like let's just wait.
Yeah, I don't even want to see how he looks when he's talking about it.
And it did look good, and like there's gonna be some pretty decent hype behind it to the point where folks, it was D&D yesterday, and people are at the table watching it on the fucking phone, and
Hmm.
I'm like, yeah, this is
And I was like,
special.
well, I get to watch it again.
It's like this is so special. Even it was still kind of scary on the phone, which is
Yeah.
awesome. So let's get into it. This trailer opens up at a maximum security mental asylum, and we meet new characters here who are doing some sort of documentary investigation, or maybe they're journalists, but they're
We don't really know.
doing some sort of investigation here on the Michael Myers case.
We
Um,
know they're British.
they're very British, and they give us a quick rundown for the casuals on who Michael Myers is. He killed three innocent teenagers around Halloween in 1978. Just blatantly says that, and that's fine. That's you know you're gonna get some of that. Um, the guy says he was shot by his own psychologist, which I love that because then you get
Hmm.
you get that cool Dr. Loomis, Jake drawn,
Sketch.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like that made it just real. That made it more legitimate. Like instead of just saying it, they're like, here's a little courtroom sketch of Dr.
Hmm.
Loomis, and it's Donald Pleasance's Dr. Loomis, and that was the first time I was like, okay, I'm feeling pretty good about this so far. Um, and I think he continues to say, and he was taken into custody that night. That
That
night, Jim,
night.
was taken into custody
Not
that
early
night.
the next morning
Not the
while the
next.
sun comes up and Mr. Sandman plays. That night.
Yeah.
So for
So
those of you that don't know, this movie officially in this trailer is retconning basically all of Halloween 2. Just going back to 1. Because he says 3 teenagers that
yeah,
night, which Halloween 2 continues that night, but he doesn't get picked up till the morning or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So
Custody. I don't think he got taken into custody. He got taken to a
we don't know.
fucking
We
gym.
just watched a corpse burn for like
Yes.
4 minutes while credits.
Yeah. So they're doing their work, early. They're trying to hype you up for this movie, but they're also we gotta let them know what's going on, what's been
Yeah.
omitted, what we're deviating from, and so right away, pretty good. Okay, we're not doing Halloween 2, and this is the first bit of that in the trailer. Um, and he has spent the British man says he has spent the last 40 years in captivity.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Which
that.
means, so we know he's not really done much else. He's not done anything else. He did that one night, got locked up. He's been locked up ever since.
And then we get a maskless Michael Myers chained up in this courtyard of this asylum with the other lunatics who are also chained up. Um, Michael Myers has his back turned to the documentarian
Right.
guy, of course,
So we
and,
don't see him.
and he says, "Hello, Michael. I have something you might like to see," and takes out the fucking Shatner mask. Now I remember when we discussed, secondhand viewings of this trailer, and
Yes.
it didn't sound great. Like just reading it, and then he says this, and he takes out the mask, and he holds it up for him. Like it sounds bad, and it's
Yeah,
still,
it does.
and it's still not the best. But seeing it in action and seeing and hearing the music behind it, and feeling like the tone, and everyone's just kind of uncomfortable.
And the other patients go crazy. That part was so cool in the trailer. Like, there's a patient that's like, they pull the mask out, and this other patient starts going nuts in his wheelchair. And then there's a patient whipping his chain all around, and the dog starts barking like nutty. But then Michael's just still there, back turned,
Yeah.
not moving.
What? And this is the second time watching the trailer when I very much started feeling this. We're doing great. This
Hmm.
is this is looking good. Because for some reason I wasn't expecting. You know, I never really thought about the relationship that Michael Myers would have with other inmates or guards. I know Rob Zombie did a thing and that worked out real well, but for some reason seeing them interact like with Michael, like that was like that kind of threw me off in a
Yeah.
very good way there, because like they like the
Yes.
mask comes out and he doesn't do anything, but they just start kind of freaking out and getting excited a bit. And I at that point, you start to wonder, at least I start to wonder, is there like a supernatural thing to it? Because the dog gets uncomfortable, and that's fine. But like I'm just wondering how like grounded this is gonna be, or if they were just trying to make it super cool, which
I
they
think they're
did.
trying to make it creepy. Like
Yeah.
these inmates know, like these inmates are. I don't think they're trying to go supernatural because that's sort of like a common, just sort of like urban myth, or maybe it's where they're like dogs can tell, man, when you're fucked up. So this dog's barking because this dog can like smell something's wrong.
Yeah, because I mean,
I don't know. It doesn't have to be too supernatural for me to buy that.
yeah, because I mean, the point of it is to show like this is bad. You are making a mistake. Because like the one inmate is just like, hey, you fucking, you're
Yeah.
idiots. This is great. You fucking showed up with his
Now,
mask.
upon first viewing, I got really disappointed because when I saw the chain, I thought that was Michael, like trying to get his mask.
Oh,
Like
the
right
the
away,
pull the
when you
pulling.
first see the guy whipping the chain, because I saw like you see the guy in the chair, you see him whipping the chain. I'm like, ooh. But then when I realized that's just another patient, and Michael is still standing there with his back to them, I'm like, ooh, okay, I like this again.
And there's
They
there's
had me scared for a second.
and they're saying something, or just in general being loud. It was hard to tell if they were saying words,
Hmm.
because I wanted to think that they were, like kind of chanting Michael's name. That's kind of what it sounds like, or if it was just random mumblings from these lunatics. But they get really excited, and the noise, the sound editing, it just gets like louder and louder and louder.
Yes.
And I was like, this is a very good trailer.
And
This is
that
a
big
very
shot,
good
it's
trailer.
not like probably not a crane shot these days, probably a drone shot, but that overhead shot that you were kind of poking fun at a little bit at first, I thought it was really cool. Like it's like a really big shot for a movie like this, but it's not too over the top. But it's sort of showing you like he's in this giant prison, and then they've got that, they show you that spot where it's like marked off where there's a square and like a thing in the square, like there's a patient that doesn't leave that square.
Yeah, and
It's
there's
sort of
yeah,
like establishing this environment that he's in.
yeah,
I
and
thought it was a cool shot to have there.
yeah. Well, the first time I watched it, like I thought it was a rooftop.
Okay,
I
is
was
this
like,
The Rock?
I was like, what? Is I was
We're
like,
going into
he's
Alcatraz.
so
You fuck the prom queen.
he's so dangerous. We put him on a roof. If he wants to get off, he's going to have to go
He's
eight
gonna have to jump.
800 floors. No, but I like the courtyard. I thought it looked cool. I like the concept. I mean, at this point, at least with the trailer and in the movie, I'm sure like maximum security.
Yes.
Stay away. Like each one of these guys is, probably just as bad in theory, because like there's like the big like chunk of cement, and that's what each guy is chained to. Like this chunk of
Hmm.
cement, like that's your cement, you're chained up. That's your cement, you're chained up. And Michael Myers is just kind of in the middle. It's
Hmm.
just like, all right, I'm over here.
Chilling, super chill. And
Uh,
whoever filmmaker, whoever this character is, he kind of slowly pulls the mask out, but he doesn't look. He looks like maybe he starts to think it's not the best idea. He's sort of like, how is this going to go over? Like, is this guy going to turn and lunge at me? He sort of slowly pulls it out. It's a neat little shot there.
yeah, and I'm trying to figure them out. I'm trying to figure out these documentarians. I'm trying to figure out, and I didn't want to, but because everybody else does it with trailers. I usually don't, but they start fucking piecing it together. People do this with like a Stranger Things, season three
Hmm.
trailer. They'll be like, well, that can't have happened till this, and they start getting a timeline, and they start getting the fucking structure of the movie, of the show, movie in this case. So I'm trying to wonder. Obviously, this is somewhere in the beginning of the movie, but there's
I would imagine so. Yeah.
but there's also I think there's also a scene where this guy is talking with Laurie Strode, and I was like, well. That
Yeah.
has
That's
that has to be in the beginning of the movie as well, because I don't think this guy and his lady friend make it
make it.
too far, because we'll get to that in a moment. So we see Michael Myers maskless. We got this jobber bringing the mask like a real doofus, and you've got that unnerving energy with the lunatics, and then the trailer starts teasing the Halloween theme, hitting like a couple of the opening notes, not really
Yep.
going all in, which I love that. It's just a well done trailer.
Yeah, they build the music of the trailer really well. Yeah, so this rooftop shot's over.
Um, and then we start getting the Strodes. The trailer takes
Yes.
us to Haddonfield, and we meet Allison Strode and her friends. Maybe one's her boyfriend. I don't know or really care. Allison is Laurie Strode's
Granddaughter.
granddaughter.
Karen Strode is her daughter.
I mean, that shit made me feel old because, like, I knew
Yeah.
Judy Greer. I knew she was cast as the daughter,
Hmm.
months and months ago. But for some reason, I saw this, this young Strode, and I was like, "That's the daughter." And I was just like, "No, it's the granddaughter." Dale, you're old. Everyone's old. Jamie
Right.
Lee Curtis is old now. Wait till you see her hair, Dale. It's gonna be a sight. So we see Allison Strode. And
We get a little bit more exposition
we
in the
do.
trailer.
We do. When she says a line, she says, "Everyone in my family turns into a nutcase this time of year." And I know you're getting to some of like the
Hmm.
deviating
Hmm.
in what they've done, but I want to talk about this line real quick. She says, "Everyone in my family turns into a nutcase this time of year." And her gal pal says, "Well, your grandmother is Laurie Strode. She was almost
Hmm.
murdered." And then, there's the part you were alluding to when the guy asked, "What wasn't her brother? Wasn't it her brother that killed all those babysitters?" And Allison says, "No, that's something people made up."
Yeah. Oh, you think is that John Carpenter? Is he taking a swipe there?
Oh, I mean,
because
I don't know how
because
much he had. I think it might be McBride and the other guy do
taking a swipe for
on
him
his behalf. Yeah.
on his behalf. Yeah, because historically, if people don't know, John Carpenter had zero interest in doing Halloween 2. And Halloween 2, we've talked about this a little bit, but in case you didn't listen to that show, Halloween 2, I can't think of a good analogy of something people always get wrong. But Halloween 2 is the movie in which we find out Laurie Strode is Michael Myers' sister. We find out almost at the end. I mean, it's like in the last third of the movie we find it out. Um, and this is something that when we find it out, Dr. Loomis didn't know. Nobody in the first movie would have known. So it's not his sister. It never was. John Carpenter didn't write it as his sister that he was coming after in the first movie because he didn't even want to make a second movie. He's not trying to George Lucas it like he was always her sister, his sister. So this seems like a thing where they're like, yeah, and it never was supposed to be his sister. But that became a strong part of the storytelling of that whole universe for movies and movies and movies and movies.
Yeah. And
What's with his family? Why
almost
does he kill them? I don't
almost
know.
to the point where they probably could have just kept it. Like you can keep the sibling
Maybe.
part, but you can get rid of the fire part of part two. We don't need the fire.
We'll talk about that a little bit more. We'll
Okay,
go
yeah.
through the
You,
shot by
you
shot and
jump
we'll
that
break.
because
Yeah.
there's this one line here where Allison Strode says, um, "Everyone in my family turns into a nutcase this time of year," and there's just something about that line,
Like
Jim.
more than just my grandma, right?
Now I assume the mother. If you're the daughter of Laurie Strode, you're gonna go through some shit as well.
Probably had a protective childhood, a little smothery,
Yeah. Um,
little Sarah Connery as your mom.
yeah, and it just makes me wonder: is that what she's talking about? Everyone in my family, or is there something more? And not just she's actually referencing, this person, this person, this person, this person, but just
Okay.
as
See
like a
what you're
little
doing.
teaser from your screenwriters, saying everyone, because it's such a nice line. It's a good line. It works. It makes sense. He's talking about Laurie Strode.
Hmm.
But could there be something more to that line? That's a line I'm very interested in, and I will have in the back of my mind when I watch this movie in October.
I mean, it's not too far
I
though.
know, I know,
It's
I know,
this
I
year. It comes out this year.
know. But do you have any thoughts on that line? You think it's just a fine, just a little line
Um,
doing work?
I didn't until now. I had thoughts on the wasn't it his sister line? So maybe we can get into that more now if you want.
Wasn't it his sister or wasn't it?
Yeah, yes. So I didn't think too much about everyone in my family's nuts this time of year because, well, okay, we don't know who her grandpa is. We don't know who Karen Strode's dad is at this point. We have no idea. So we
Hmm.
don't know if maybe that was somebody involved in what happened in some way off screen, maybe, like
Oh
Danny's
no.
brother or something, like who knows? Uh, so we don't know if maybe there's, on both sides of the family, people affected, and there's presumably because do they solidly establish that they all still live in Haddonfield? Do
No.
they say Haddonfield? So,
No.
but we're assuming it
Oh yeah.
is. So if it is, you would imagine that people are still affected by this
Well, I,
in
I
some
and I
level.
and I definitely assume it's Haddonfield because Laurie Strode, like I could see her at least as character as we're getting her now, not wanting to leave. Like, no, I'm gonna be where you thought I was, dude. I'm gonna be right here
Makes
with this
perfect
gun
sense.
and that gun. I'm not
Yeah,
running.
as we
Skip.
break it down more,
Big sign.
when you think sort of Friday the 13th Part 2, why why does she live next to Crystal Lake where she cut that bitch's head off? She's like, I just had to move here to face my fears. Or some cockamamie reason. The doctor said it was good for me.
The doctor.
But the way they portray Laurie Strode in this, it makes sense why she would wait here. Michael knows where this is. I'm waiting here for him.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking that's too much exposition for one trailer for my liking. I'm wondering if it's on some level somewhat of a red herring to throw that out there.
And the line you're referring to one more time is
Wasn't it her brother that
okay.
killed all those babysitters? Oh
Okay.
no, it's something people made up. Maybe it's something people made up to calm her down. Maybe it's something Lori made up. Maybe it's something maybe it wasn't made up
Yeah.
and she's just been led
Sweeping
to
it.
believe it's made up.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Or there is that relationship, and she's trying to protect her daughter and granddaughter, and saying no, it's all just a rumor. You know, she doesn't want to put that
Mhm.
extra bullshit burden on them.
Right.
I definitely think there's going to be something there, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. I'm having so much fun with this episode.
Oh God, yeah.
So we get the young Strodes, and we get that little exposition, and we get a shot of Laurie Strode in this part while the kids are talking about her, and we see she has the scars from the original film on her arm,
Mhm.
and she has some sort of hidden bunker under the kitchen, and that Laurie Strode fucking loves guns. Like
She's Sarah Connor.
yeah, like you said, it's very Sarah Connor, but with white hair. Here's my question: is it white hair, like stress white hair, or is it just like she's going for a blonde look?
It'd be neat if it was white. How quickly does that happen? Like, does it happen instantaneously when you stress out and your hair turns gray? Like, are you saying did that happen? Maybe the after effects of the first
Yeah,
movie, she had that her whole life.
yeah.
I would think that'd be way cooler if she did.
Yeah, I just don't know enough about ladies' hair colors to know if that's a fashion move or if that's, white hair. Yeah, or
I heard
gray.
it's a
I don't
real
know.
thing that happens, but I just don't know if it's like it instantly turns white or as it then when it grows in more, it'll be white. So
Well,
I would,
at some point the stress got to her and she now has, this
yeah,
hair.
that would make
Um,
sense.
so
You know what they did? Her hair, like the way she looks, there's a shot where she kind of cocks her head, she looks at the camera, she's talking. I can't remember what shot this was, like what the dialogue was, because it's a trailer. So there's like a scene where you could tell it's two scenes put together. But she looks exactly like Laurie. She has this Laurie Strode look from the first movie. I don't know if it's just her hair, it's her expression, it's the way she's delivering the line. And I'm like, how is it that that feels just like the Laurie Strode I know way more than H2O?
I wish you knew what line, and your memory might spark because
If I,
I'm literally gonna
yeah,
go over
keep
every
going.
line.
Yeah,
So
I'll tell you.
because when I was watching it, I mean, I didn't see too much of that Laurie Strode. It's like that Laurie's
It's the
just
boogeyman
gone.
line. Do you believe in the boogeyman?
Oh,
Well,
okay,
you
yeah, that
should.
makes sense.
Well, you should. Just the way she says the line, the way she moves her head, just reminds me of that Laurie Strode that we knew in the first movie.
Yeah, and also that line that do you believe in the boogeyman stuff?
Hmm.
I believe that's she's talking with the documentarian guy because I think he says
You
no,
think?
and then
Yeah, he says
she
no.
says the
You see
follow
a
up.
king on a couch. No, I don't, or something.
She's
Yeah.
like, "You will be." Uh,
You will be.
and once again, I'm trying to piece together where that scene is, and that scene's definitely that might be the opening couple scenes. So we're getting shots of Laurie Strode, her bunker, um, and
Her
and,
training.
and she's talking to a cop. We get more Laurie. I'm just gonna read my notes. We get more Laurie Strode in a scene that takes place a bit later in the movie. Yes, this does definitely takes place later in the movie where she's talking to a cop, and she
Hmm.
says, I prayed every night that he would escape." And he asks, "The hell'd you do that for?" And she of course says, "So I can kill him."
That's the line. I feel like that's two pieces put together. I feel like when she starts saying the line about every night I prayed that he would come back, every night I prayed that he would break out or escape, whatever the word is.
Mhm.
And then when he's like, "What the hell did you do that for?" and she's like, "So I can kill him." I feel like that's out of context. I feel like that's some other scenario where it's like we almost had him, like we were because it's a sheriff, right? I don't think it seems like too intense of a situation. It's out on the street. Well, I don't think she just like, I prayed for this, and he's like, "What the hell did you do that for?" Like,
I think you're right.
I think that's two things put together.
I think you're right. I do think the do you know I prayed every night so he would escape so I can kill him. I do think those are obviously very much likely in the same scene. But
I think it's the
that
documentary guy.
but
That's who she's telling that the
um
first.
yeah, that makes sense. But the hell'd you do that for? And they're outside.
Hmm.
I know exactly where that is now. You know where that is? It's when she after she shoots that gun, and we'll get to the her shooting that pistol,
Hmm.
um, and why he would say it that way to this crazy lady in a bit. So we get more Lori gun action. She's got these dummies in the backyard that she practices on. She's legit. She's ready. She trains for this, and obviously, um,
She's got a revolver. We're looking at probably 357, could be a 44 Magnum. She's got a 30-30 Winchester. She's got a pump shotgun. It's probably a 12 gauge. She is ready to fuck his world up.
and prediction, because they show those creepy dummies in the backyard. Yeah, Michael Myers is going to be in that backyard next to those creepy dummies at some point in this feature
Oh
film.
yeah,
You
yeah,
do
yeah.
not
There's a
establish Chekhov's creepy dummies without having the scary boogeyman character in that lot at some
the whole
point.
thing sets itself up because there's cameras. She's got a security camera to watch it. Big lights on her
Oh man, that's
on
gonna
her, on the front of her roof. To like
yeah.
point down to catch him. Like she is
Motion
ready.
motion sensor so that we're gonna get some of that. Poof, lights go on and she's gonna be like, "Motherfuckers in my yard, let me grab this." And we're gonna
FBI jumps out of black blankets, drops a mortar on him.
Lori does a little somersault. Huh. No, I
Well,
think,
she's wrapped in a towel.
but I think you're right. I think you're 100.
And they shoot Michael, and then he explodes.
Because there are a couple scenes like we
Oh
get
no.
shots of like Lori doing some gun work, like in a house, sometimes outside of a house, and I'm trying to figure out whose house at what point in the movie. Why would they be outside here? Maybe a lot of it's her house, and it is that, you know, is he here because the motion sensors? Because there's one part later on where she's like, and she's taunting, she's like, Michael, and it's
Hmm.
just like, oh, maybe that's the part where, she thinks or knows that he's in the house now. Maybe she hears something upstairs. Okay, all right, okay. Who knows?
I feel like this is a stretch. At this point in the trailer, have we seen Michael cocking his head in the window?
No,
Or we
no,
we
no, no,
haven't
no,
gotten
no,
there yet?
no.
Okay,
Have not gotten there yet.
okay. Her little fortress, though. Uh, how many of those guns do you think she uses on him? More than one?
On him,
Yeah, yeah.
like
I mean,
like
we know she's
connected.
gonna use that revolver on him. Like
I
she's
don't.
holding the
No,
shotgun
she's not.
when she's talking to Michael. No.
Um, um. I mean, well, I don't think she's gonna land anything.
Okay.
I don't think she's gonna land anything.
Does Karen know how to shoot?
Laurie Strode has tried to get Karen to take this shit seriously her entire life, and she
The
just
bus crashed? What bus
what
crashed?
bus, mom?
My batch.
And she's like Michael. But
She's like the one I rigged with explosives to break him
what
out.
if that's the? I'd be okay with it. I'd be
That wouldn't bother
okay
me.
with it.
It wouldn't
She's
bother
like,
me.
she's like, I can't die knowing. Like, I gotta kill him. I'll break him out just to kill him. I don't give a fuck. That would be neat. That would be neat. So, then my favorite part of the trailer, the Paul Rudd cameo. I don't know how much. Oh man, you couldn't get that one out with a straight face.
You're bad.
So this is the part of the
Also,
trailer.
6 years old.
Uh, the trailer shows us the escape, and there's some things the trailer shows a little bit too much of to the point where I'm like red herring. They're showing us to just so we
Yeah,
talk
throwing us off the scent.
talk the stupid shit that we're saying now. Just but a father and son driving down the scary road at night. And the boy says, "Dad, look out!" And he hits the brakes as he almost runs over one of the inmates on the road because sure enough, the transport bus is in a ditch, and the inmates have escaped.
Maybe he was thrown from the bus.
Who taught these guys how to get on a bus? It's like, well, that's just what we do. Um, prediction. Here's my prediction. Because I mean, this is very Halloween, 1978, with the inmate kind of escape, but instead of in front of the asylum itself, it's bus transport incident. He's going to kill them and take that truck, right?
I don't know if he's going to kill both of them.
Don't get fucking soft on me, movie.
I'm
Don't
hoping.
don't have the boy in the movie then.
I agree with you. I didn't write the goddamn thing, Dale.
He needs to kill those. Maybe the boy escapes, but he's not.
I would say the boy
Uh,
gets out. I would say the boy. I mean, come on. There's two of them in there. Michael needs to drive this truck. He goes for the He goes for the driver's side. Dad just yells, "Get out, son! Run!" And he rips his throat open while he's driving a stick shift truck, and Earl's in the back, or whatever. But anyway, I digress. The kid jumps out. The kid pops the lock, gets out. You know it. I mean, in real life,
don't have it. Have it two fucking hillbillies. Like, hey, let's. How many points can we run over? Whatever, and then kill them. I mean,
I don't like that. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. It's a psychology thing. How many group kills does Michael get in the first movie? Or does he pick everyone off one by one? Even the gas station attendant guy at the mechanic's place. He doesn't kill two people. We don't want to slip into part 4, Super Uber Michael, where he's just destroying people like Jason.
hmm
So I think maybe they'll keep to that.
yeah,
We're not gonna see him kill multiple people in a. I think they're gonna try and avoid making him a super monster as much as they can in this movie, and keep him a sly, clever murderer.
yeah, and like with the kid could do only one of two things. One, he's a victim, and you get to see firsthand this
Hmm.
man is a monster. Or two, it's gonna be a tense little scene where Michael's trying to get in, and it's like you're rooting for. It's just your basic, good guy, bad guy. Oh, I hope he don't hurt the dog. Oh, don't baby. And that's what we're gonna get there probably. But I'd love to see them show that this man is a monster, even if it's off screen.
We don't. I mean, I
I
think it's
want,
firmly
I want that
established
kid
this
dead.
man is. I know you do, but even in the first movie where he steals the station wagon, he doesn't kill the nurse, the attendant, whatever she is. She's dressed like a nurse. She gets out.
But this
He
does
wants that car. He's That's not one of my mission parameters.
well. Just like this is a different, you know, experienced Laurie Strode, I think, we might have an experienced pent up, you know, Michael Myers who's had
Or
40
he's
years
even
to
more
to to
bloodthirsty
to
than
to,
normal.
to brood. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with the boy. Obviously, your way is probably what we're going to get. Meanwhile, at the Strodes, it looks like Lori and family are getting the news about it, and Lori's freaking out. And she said, the bus crashed. What bus crashed?
Yeah,
What?
that.
And she says something. She said, this is one of those edits where I don't know if it's exactly in that scene, it's probably close enough, but I think there's some trickery. But she says Michael escaped. So they kind of edit it to where it looks like a legitimate back and forth. But I have a feeling some of that was.
Right. Yeah.
That's another line that stuck with me, Jim.
Michael
Michael
escaped.
escaped. Seems a little
Hmm.
seems a little familiar. Seems a little casual. It's not your brother. It's not your friend. Michael escaped?
Hmm.
Wouldn't you be like, fucking Myers got out? Fuck. You know?
Michael Myers. Yeah.
Am I
Yeah. I mean,
thinking
that
too
was her
much?
reaction. Well, that was in the second movie, but she doesn't even react in the first movie. She doesn't even know it's Michael Myers in the first movie. Michael escaped. She's very awful chummy with him, right?
Yeah, a little.
That does harken to the H2O Lori,
Mhm.
just calling him Michael. But maybe, years of this trial, being around Dr. Loomis, hearing him refer to him as Michael,
Yeah, and
maybe that rubs off on her. You never know.
trying to like humanize it. Like it's not a
Hmm.
monster; it's a man. His name is Michael Myers. Michael Agnes Myers, or whatever. He actually has like a lady middle name. Makes me laugh.
Yeah, he does.
Um, So yeah, maybe it's that to soften and make him seem more human and less of a threat, so she can have a mentally, healthy life. Or maybe there's just something more to that line, but we'll see. Because she does it a couple times. Like I said later on, she's gonna be hunting for him, and she says, "Michael, motherfucker." So we'll see about that. There's
And she's damaged goods at this point, isn't she? A little bit. Got to be a little scrambled eggs to go through that and know that this man. Here's what I'm setting up in my brain, Dale. They capture him. He goes to trial. Dr. Loomis is like, you got to kill this motherfucker. Please give him the chair. We can't. He's just unstable. And then, so he refers to his patient as Michael a lot
mm,
in the first movie.
oh yeah.
I'm thinking some of that's just rubbing off on her during those years. During that time, she's got to go testify or whatever's got to happen. Maybe she sparks up a relationship with him, like a father-daughter thing, because we don't know when he dies in this canon.
Well,
You know?
I mean, that's where we find out that
I
Dr.
think maybe
Loomis.
years and years of being around Loomis, hearing
Yeah.
Loomis say Michael, Michael, Michael. That could also be why she refers to him like that. You never know.
Well, I think. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to spoil it, but one of the twists is Dr. Loomis
You want
is.
to spoil it?
I know. Well, it's fun to
He is.
theorize, but
Go ahead.
this is legitimate. Dr. Loomis is Karen Strode's father. That
No, he's
father-daughter
clearly
relationship.
British filmmaker's grandpa.
Hey,
Mm.
I don't want to see too many fucking relations, ship tie-ins.
Neither do I.
but,
Please keep
yeah,
that
no.
tight. Please keep that tight.
This
Okay, I
movie,
don't.
you get one. Choose it wisely.
Yeah, I don't. This doesn't have to be Cobra Kai. I don't need like you got to be referencing every little piece of that first movie.
Uh, so we get this shot. It's still the escape, with the little boy and the dad, and the bus is in the ditch.
Oh, Dave in the chat has a nice. He says he bets the other inmates eat the kid.
I was thinking that, not eat him, but I was thinking the boy's gonna run away, run, son, and he's like, yeah, okay, and then the other monsters just, eh.
Yeah.
Um, that would be. I just want that kid fucking dead. This is Halloween.
Al Capone.
It's
You're untouchable. I want him dead. I want his family dead. I want his house burned to the ground. I want to go in and I want to piss on the ashes.
So I think we get this shot, and if you look on the screen, you can probably see it by now. I think this shot actually comes later in the trailer, but it's obviously around this time with the transport bus. This is like an armed guard or some sort of cop with a rifle of some sort going onto this bus, and that just makes me think, okay, he's gonna go on this bus. Is he trying to clear the bus? Is he looking for anyone in particular? Is it Michael Myers? Is it like what's this? How's this scene gonna go? I'll tell you how it ends. This guy's fucking dead like that kid.
Somebody better die. Okay.
And I think that like that's gonna be pretty good because you're gonna have like a
I'm not
nice.
going on that fucking bus. I'm just gonna hunker down and look at it from afar and call for backup.
Because I think this moment right here is gonna be the Michael Myers is still very much a danger and a threat, even though he's 800 years old. Because
That
he's gonna take
old.
on this this strong young buck of a man with an assault rifle,
He's 61.
and he's gonna kill this guard, and that's gonna be great. It's gonna be on or around this bus, and then maybe the dad. It's all gonna be around that same time. And it's gonna be good. And I like the lighting in the bus. It just looks like they did a. It looks like they did such a good job with their
I
Halloween.
like the lighting in the bus too. I like a lot of these shots. We get some parallels here. Even though I feel like
Oh boy.
they're not doing it intentionally, but well, I'll wait because this will tie in
I mean,
to the next part.
because I was gonna get it at the end because there is like a list of similarities, aren't there?
There's some, well, I have a mental list, but okay, it starts with the two people going to the prison where he is, the two outsiders going to the prison where he's been locked up for a long time. That's a lot like 4. Now we don't we don't get Johnny Brennan talking about both of them nearly burned to death. We don't get that, but that's sort of similar. These outsiders going there, oh, yeah, Michael Myers, blah blah blah. Then we have a transfer that goes awry. Like, why would you move? Why would you move him?
Well,
We gotta move him.
yeah, they better. They'll probably have
Goes
something
awry.
clever. They'll have something
It
clever.
goes awry. Bus flips. Which he escapes in one, but in one he escapes. He's at the hospital. They're going to get him. This one, he's on the bus and it flips over. It's very 4-esque, and then we're rolling into this next scene, and they combine a little 4 and a little bit of 7 and some 1.
A lot of one. I noticed a lot of one, and it made me think of that thing Jamie Lee Curtis said a while ago when she's just like, I would have called it Halloween Revisited, or whatever the fuck she said. I think it was
They were like, "We do the marketing. Thanks. You're a
Will
great Laurie Strode, though."
Retold, Halloween Retold. She's like, I would have called it Halloween Retold. So then they show Michael Myers with the assault rifle shooting down Allison,
Children.
and no, but that'd be great. He's not gonna use the gun. This isn't Rob Zombie.
It
This is
doesn't get him off.
Halloween. No, it doesn't.
This is a creepy serial. Like, think more Buffalo Bill and less Jason. Terminator.
I think it's gonna be worse than Buffalo Bill in a good way, and we'll get to that right now because this is the garage bathroom scene section of the trailer because it's definitely some sort of auto shop, and once again it's very much like one because we're going to see him, we're going to see the dead body of a mechanic and he's pretty like he's naked because Michael Myers stole his jumpsuit, and that's very much Halloween 1978. But this section of the trailer opens up with the female uh, documentarian, and she's in the bathroom, which is what is that, 6
H2O.
H2O. And she's in there
Yeah.
shitting.
Mommy spiders.
This British broad is in there shitting, and Michael Myers comes in, jiggles the door, and she's just like, someone in here, and we get that quick cut to the garage where we see the other documentarian. He sees the dead body and it's naked.
Yeah.
So we're all seeing what's happening here. Meanwhile, inside the bathroom stall, this is where we get the now infamous Michael Myers teeth scene. He just drops a fistful of teeth over the stall in
We
front
don't
of her
know
feet.
whose teeth those are.
I assume it's that mechanic's.
Could be, or is it the documentarians? We don't know. We don't really know
Ooh, Jim is
timeline of-
bringing it tonight. See, once again, this I fell for it because it's how they placed it in the trailer with the editing. He very well could be dead by that point because
Could be.
these two are dead in this time because
Gotta be.
this whole fucking bathroom scene ends with her being pulled out from underneath the stall. She's dead. The other guy's super
Yeah, that
fucking
British
dead.
dude ain't saving her.
Yeah,
British dude ain't saving her. Dead mechanic ain't saving anybody.
yeah, that's definitely.
Very 4-esque. It's very 4-esque. It's daytime. We go to this gas station. There's nobody there. Hello, anybody back there? Just a dead mechanic guy. And Michael Myers suited up, gets a suit. Now, I understand that's very 1, but in 1, he's gone. Loomis is hot on the trail. In 4, he's there. The people, there's people involved in the plot. Loomis in 4 gets there to this very deserted sort of middle of nowhere gas station. There's Michael. He just killed this mechanic and got some clothes. It's very close to both, and then sprinkle in the H2O bathroom scene. This one seems a bit more terrifying. I don't know why he let those people live in H2O, and they made him a giant pussy in that movie.
Yeah. But I definitely I'm on board with the editing trick. He's dead first. He's dead first. Those are his teeth. Maybe they even set up a line, like later when like they're at the asylum and they're talking to like the warden and stuff, and say something about nice teeth in front of Michael Myers, so that motherfucker can be like, yeah, he's got nice teeth now, bitch.
Yes, I hope
you
the
wanna
teeth
fuck
is a
him now?
callback. It's got to be a callback to when they were at the hospital. That's what I want.
Yeah, like maybe he says something like Michael Myers. He doesn't look very dangerous. He's old, wrinkled, shitty teeth. Say
He
say
probably
something.
couldn't pull all of the teeth out of my head if he wanted to.
Say something about teeth, you motherfuckers. Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Because we don't see them again really in in this timeline that we can figure out after
Right,
this.
and
You
this
know
is
she doesn't escape.
yeah, and this is. I mean, I know they're doing editing tricks to manipulate us, but this is clearly when he gets his fucking outfit. This is
Yeah.
very early in the movie.
And it looks like when he gets the mask.
That I'm not sure. That looks definitely like a bit of a trick, but maybe
It's close, but it
he's
looks
got it.
like
Yeah,
they.
British guy's got it. So if
Yeah.
British guy's dead, he's looted the body.
And why else would he go after them? This gives him motive to go after them. Like, oh wait, I've
Oh
got
my
something I
God!
need first.
Is that why? Is that
Ooh, isn't
why
it?
he
It's gotta
wanted
be
he
that.
wanted it? He wanted his
Give me my
mask.
toy first.
That that's why see he's
What will make them cower and feel like there's nothing special about that mask in the first movie. He just puts a mask on to blend in on Halloween, right? But once he knows the fear and the terror that's tied to the mask, he needs it back because he's got to strike that fear back. So he follows them to that goddamn gas station to get his mask. That's what I think.
I think there's
I
a
don't
very
I
good
don't
chance.
I don't think it's Halloween 4 where he gets caught there after he killed the mechanic. I think he follows them there because he gets a vehicle from the at nighttime when the bus. I mean,
Mhm.
we're assuming he gets that guy's car, right?
Yeah.
So he follows them to that filling station. I call it a filling station. That's what Loomis calls it in 4.
Sure,
A filling station in flames. I'm like, no one calls it a filling station. He follows them there because he wants his fucking booby back, his little binky. He wants his blankie back, and you took it from him.
Um. Yeah. So there. Okay. So yeah, I like.
That's
I
not a
like.
scary mask. It doesn't even have scary teeth.
I like. God, I love my teeth so much. I just want to talk about this part because this was very scary. Like, because we've made fun of like he does what with teeth, and this all sounds hokey and
We
bad.
did make fun of it. Well,
I
again
did.
with the mask shot, we made fun of that when we read it.
Yeah. Once again, the music,
Hey, you need your mask back, huh?
the music, the tone, the atmosphere. They're doing some good work there. But she's in there shitting. He does the teeth thing. Um, and then like this is the part that maybe scared me the most is he starts pulling at the door violently, and you see it a little over the top angle. He fucking headbutts the door.
He smashes the door in with his head.
That's crazy. I don't think he smashes
Yeah.
it in, but I
No,
think
but he's trying.
it's an
He
attempt.
smashes
Yeah,
his head on the door.
I was like, that's batshit. That's not even Buffalo Bill. Buffalo Bill.
Mm-mm.
No, this is like, oh, you should have been with those people in that courtyard that are like me, because you're a fucking lunatic. Um, so that was a nice wrinkle, like to the character, to see like where this monster is, mentally and emotionally. You're like, oh, quite disturbed.
And what does he need? What does he feed on? What gets him off? The fear and he doesn't just want to kill people. He wants to make them he has to have a mask on. That's the thing. He had to put his mask on before he killed Judith. He had to get a mask on before he killed all those other people.
Yeah,
I mean, he didn't have a mask on before he killed the guy at the gas station, but that was like a necessity kill. Like, I got to kill you and take your shit. But he has to put a mask on to go after his targets. He's
Yeah.
targeted Judith. He's targeting Lori. He has to have his scary mask.
it helps him for whatever reason. Now, do you think they explain that?
So he comes in his pants. That's what it's for.
Like he's a secretor.
Yeah, it gets him off.
Did you notice on one of the toolboxes in the garage, etching on the side of the toolbox was the thorn symbol?
I did notice that.
Oh man.
It was the three-sided one that had the baby on it.
Oh, there's a picture of that guy in his underwear. I'm forgetting my slideshow. I'm getting so amped up over here. There's the teeth.
Oh God.
Let's just fast forward through some of these. I'm trying to see if it's like he had a gold tooth, so she would look down and be like, "Oh no, that's Dylan's gold tooth."
No, one of the teeth has a thorn etched into it.
Oh my God.
If I was Danny McBride, I would troll people and have Where's Waldo thorns all over this movie.
We've talked about it before. The execution of it, the shits. But I'm a sucker for cults and things like that. As long as you play it well,
Cults are scary.
if you play it in a rooted psychological way, Shout out to Hereditary. It could be very good. Now, this is the part after the bathroom teeth stuff. We get a montage of shots as the theme kicks in. We get the full. We get it. We get that Halloween theme. Now, Michael Myers. This is a long list of shots. Some of them were new to me. You let me know if any jump out at you. Because the first one caught my interest. It's just Michael Myers walking out of a house towards the sidewalk where it's clearly Halloween night and kids are everywhere doing trick or treating. It's a nice little establishing shot. But my question is, what house did you just leave? What did you do in there?
Good question.
And where is he going?
And are we going to see the Myers house?
Well, I don't know.
And is this even Haddonfield? It's got to be Haddonfield.
It's.
I think
It's
we're
gotta be
pretty
Haddonfield.
much in agreement. It's
Yeah.
got to be.
Well, what's? I don't want to jump the gun, but I'll jump it real quick. Where Michael Myers in the window? What house is that?
Good question.
Somebody, because we get a really good look at Laurie Strode's house, so I'm sure somebody can actually, obviously,
I don't think
pretty
it
clear
doesn't look
cut.
like Laurie's house.
Okay,
Doesn't look like Laurie's house because her.
hers was smaller, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't think she had a second story or me. I don't think so.
So we get Michael Myers walking out of this house. And it's pretty scary. And once again, like Halloween, 1978, he bumps into a couple kids and they get a bit of a fright. It's like when Tommy and
They
the
get
pumpkin.
a little sting.
Yeah, we get the Halloween sting noise. It hits hard. Um, and then we start getting voiceover stuff, and Laurie says, he's waited for this night. He's waited for me. I've waited for him. She said it just like that. Um, and we get a shot of Laurie holding a shotgun, her daughter, and another man in what is likely their home, her home, because it's very like war bunkerish. I think they actually are.
Yeah, it looks like shit.
I have the picture up now. But like
I
there's
see it.
like water bottles and fucking everything's in jars. Like I think that's that bunker.
Oh, like she pees in jugs. Yeah, that's her. That's her. Yeah, that's her underground bunker.
This is that same fucking scene where she's like, "What bus crashed?" And she's like, "Get in the fucking bunker, you stupid! Man, we gotta get down there." Um, I'm the look on the daughter's face. That's the reason I screen grabbed this one.
Yeah.
She doesn't look scared.
No, she looks kind of like pissed at mom.
She looks like she's tired of mom's shit.
Yeah.
I thought that
Mom,
was
I'll go up there and prove there's nobody in the house.
we get a quick.
I gotta go find the corkscrew.
Oh God. I put another one up because I missed this like the first 10 times I watched the trailer. It's a quick shot, they of one of the young girls in a car freaking out, and she's looking out as Michael Myers stabs a man in the back. And I missed that shot so many times. I'm glad I had to rewatch it because that's a pretty good shot. He just like walks up behind this guy and gives him a little right there,
Yeah.
a little right there. So
He does.
he's gonna kill people.
My mask looks like shit in that screen grab. That's weird.
It is a little white. The next shot is Michael Myers wielding his knife and walking menacingly through like a backyard. I don't know if I have. No, I don't have that fucking photo of that one. It almost looked like he does a little knife play.
Yeah, like flips that around.
That fucked me up. Because we're used to, kind of the, not like the Frankenstein
Yeah.
thing, but there's no real personality. There's a lack of personality. That's the personality. But in this, like the headbutt and this little flick of the knife, and it just makes me uncomfortable.
It's been pent up for 40 years.
I don't like it.
40 years.
Also, in that shot, where he's doing the knife backyard, there's a couple people running away from him, turning the corner. So I'm like, that's definitely some Act 3 shit. We're getting,
Yeah.
and he's.
I hope there are not too many characters. I don't want the high body. I don't want we got to throw some people in to get killed.
I looked at the IMDb. I'm gonna just grab it real quick here because it
There's
doesn't.
not a lot on there.
It doesn't take too long before you get to like Officer Number One and Sexy Nurse. Carmela McNeil is Sexy Nurse. Let me see. I'll be the judge of that. Oh yeah, she'd be a great sex nurse. But yeah, there's a bunch of dudes in the cast before it starts to like peter out to Officer Number Two and stuff. But I'm like, who are all these dudes? Who's Oscar?
Inmates.
Who's Martin and Sartain and like Sheriff Barker? That makes sense. Officer
I think those
Francis.
guys. I think most of those guys are inmates, patients.
Well, I think because when I scrolled down, I think there were a couple like Patient Number One, the wardens down here. Yeah, but maybe these are people in their life. The father figure, the stepdad, or stuff like that, which I'm sure we'll get. Would you
Like
care?
this guy getting stabbed. I want him to be a character.
Well, I think
I don't want him to be like,
look.
"What are you kids doing?"
It's this guy that's in the bunker. It's the same fucking shirt. Now we're playing trailer detective, but it'll fire up.
Trailer detective.
But yeah, he's down there in the bunker with the Strodes, and then he gets fucking shanked. He's like, "I'll go turn on the generator," and he gets it.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's her husband.
Maybe it's the new
There's no.
man.
They have not established that the husband's out of the picture or anything like
I
this.
just hope they make out like in Halloween H2O. Oh, I love that scene when Laurie Strode and her coworker boyfriend just. I was like, yeah, that's why I'm watching Halloween right now because I want to watch these old people make out. Fuck you. Okay. Then we get this little mini scene of Lori pulling up to the street, getting out, yelling at the trick or treaters to go home, get inside, and they're like, "Pff," and they
Hmm.
do because she has a fucking pistol in her hand. Now I didn't know if this was like things that they edit manipulation, but no, she when she gets out of her vehicle, she has the
And she's
pistol in
yeah,
her
she's
hand.
waving it.
So yeah, the kids are like, yeah, what the fuck, and they get out, and then we get the cool shot when she looks up at this house, whose house we don't know, second story window, Michael Myers. Now, we've established she's trained. Boom, boom, boom. So she raises the gun. Are the nerves going to get to her? No. Boom. She fires it off, and it's a direct hit. Now, Jim, I'd like to direct your attention to the screen.
Oh shit, Lori! You shot Ted Hollister.
Well, no, she doesn't shoot Ted Hollister. If I'm to believe the trailer, what they're visually showing me here, she doesn't shoot anybody.
Looks like she misses.
Are you watching?
I watched that over and
Look
over.
at the screen. Like his face is there, but when she shoots, it's almost like she shoots the face out, and like I don't know if they are Halloween H2Oing us. Is she crazy? How much of this is going to be like manifestations?
Well, I mean, there's the broken glass. We still see like the
She shoots
body
the
there.
window. She shoots the way
Oh, are you saying
it's not
it's
there.
still there because she's still seeing it in her mind, and it's not really there?
I'm saying when she shoots, and this is such a small.
You're saying when she shoots, nothing happens to the thing she sees.
I'm saying when she shoots that window, like right in where the face would be, it just kind of like poofs this face. I'm saying there's nobody there. I'm
I
saying
mean, there's still
she's seeing
somebody
shit.
there with the hole there in the glass. You can still see
Yeah, the shoulder.
silhouette of the head and
Yeah,
everything back. So
shoulders,
I thought
top
you were
of.
saying she shoots it, and what should be somebody's head exploding when that 44 Magnum hits him in the dome, like right where it's lined up, that he's still there because he's not really there.
No, I think it's like the combination of that. Like she's shooting what she's seeing in her fucked up imagination. She's
Hmm.
having a vision. She shot the vision very well to the point where you got like the face of the vision, but the rest is still kind of there. Um, I, I, I
I think that's also another trick where I also we're saying the same thing, but I think we are seeing two different things when we see it. But the way I looked at it is she shoots it and nothing happens to what's behind the hole in the glass, like what she's shooting at isn't really there. Like she's
yeah,
seeing something that's not there because she shoots the glass out and we still see the torso and it doesn't move.
yeah. There's nobody. There's nothing there. I don't think.
Hmm. So is this even happening on this night? Probably on Halloween night
Yeah,
right now.
probably. Um,
Is
And
it a dream sequence? Oh
I'm
no!
so whatever it is, I'm surprised they put this in there, or at least didn't cut beforehand. Because if it is, some sort of is she losing it, visions, and is she crazy, blah, all this kind of stuff. I wouldn't want to put that in there just yet.
I also
So
don't
whatever it
want
is, strange choice.
like I'm probably not going to try and break it down frame by frame. I'll watch the trailer a bunch more times.
Watch that part a little bit,
Yeah.
cause it was like off. I was like, does she shoot him in the face? Like obviously there's
Does
no
she
blood
miss?
blood
Yeah.
splatter or anything, and I was like, is it a reflection in a mirror? What's going on? Um, but it's definitely something that caught my attention. So Laurie gives a monologue, about you don't believe in the boogeyman, do you? Well, you should. And um, they show one of the most disturbing images of this trailer, and a lot of it's been pretty creepy. And I'll throw it up on the video now, and it's
It's got to be what I think it is.
it's potentially Michael Myers or maybe a dead
Oh
body
yeah, this is the shot I'm thinking of.
sitting in a chair with the traditional bedsheet ghost costume over it, while a cop, that's a cop, he's got a gun. Well, maybe not a cop, but he's got a gun, probably a cop. Sheriff Barker, maybe.
That looks like a cop. That looks like a cop jacket.
Yeah. So they're looking for this motherfucker. This monster's on the loose. And there's just something about that little scene where you got the jack-o'-lantern thing and the aquarium, you got those high knees, sitting in that chair. It's
It's
probably
creepy to look at. It really is.
yeah, because
It's probably just a cat, but it's creepy.
yeah. So it's Michael Myers. It's a dead body. Whatever it is, it's gonna be a good scare.
Something that's not usually there.
Yeah. Um, we get another shot of Michael stalking a teenage girl. Hard to tell if it was the granddaughter or one of the friends, but he's a busy man. We get another shot
Better
of
be one or the other. I don't want too many throwaway characters getting mangled here.
that's what I know nobody respects the Scream movies in any way, but fucking Scream 4. I was like, who are all these nameless broads getting hacked up? At least give them a line before. It was terrible. It's too many.
Hmm.
Um, so we get the shot of Michael stalking Lori and her granddaughter. He walks out of the house and she's trying to help the granddaughter up at the bottom of the porch, and she's like, "He's here!" Um, and shit's going down. And this is the part where I'm like, I can't believe you're showing some of this. We get a shot of Lori clearing the lower level of a house where she's taunting him, Michael.
Hmm.
Oh, this was so good. And then we get they close this rapid cut montage with two shots of Laurie Strode in some exterior location with a knife trying to bring it down on Michael Myers, who catches it. I can't believe this. I can't believe they showed this. Do you not remember this?
Yeah. No, yeah. I do. I'm picturing her like throwing a knife like Jack Burton and Michael Myers catching it in the air like Lopan. I'm like, well, I don't remember that.
That's
Good
just
knife.
ah! He's just like,
Yep.
no. Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, that's her house. That's her house because there are the big floodlights on her roof shining on
Is
it.
that what that is?
Yep, it's got
I,
to be.
I thought they were like headlights of a car or something. I was trying to make
I
it
think
out.
those are the lights on her roof outside. I think
Does
so.
Laurie Strode die in this?
Oh, you know what? It's hard to tell. No, I think that's
Headlights, no?
maybe, but then where's the street? It's hard to tell for me.
Yeah, yeah. Because
It'd be a weird place for a car to be where they're outside.
I'm trying to figure out what's at the bottom left of that fucking first headlight. It's very Pan's Labyrinth. I'm like, what's
It
going on?
looks like a giant monster.
Yeah, like what's going on over there?
I think it's the Mothman.
So, the trailer.
And that sheriff is in the Mothman Prophecies movie.
Oh yeah, is he in Supernatural? The trailer ends
Oh, he's in Mothman Prophecies.
with a closet gag. Oh, Michael Myers and Halloween, just famous, legendary closet scene trying to get
Lit
in
up
there.
closets.
Yeah, just a nice open closet, lights on. That's how they get you. They keep you calm. It's like when I'm watching, scary like Hereditary. Like I get so stressed out, and then it's like a daylight scene, and I'm like, I'm so fucking brave now. They kind of do that here just a little bit. Clearly, a little boy in the bed, and what I'm assuming are two teenage girls, but babysitters. I'm
Mhm.
leaning towards.
Well, they are. This is the babysitter murders.
Yes, it is. And the little boy's scared and asks one of them, can you close the closet door?" Which is half open with the light on, and nothing too scary about that. And she walks over and just pushes it, but doesn't close. All right, she pushes it again with much more force, and it doesn't close. She's like, "Well, what?" Yeah, and it's
Maybe
still
a
doesn't
third time.
number three, and it doesn't. She kind of like pulls it open a little bit in like one fluid movement rather, and sure enough, there he is, Michael Myers with a fucking knife, and we all knew he was gonna be there. We
But
all knew.
the way they did it was great. Because I thought it's like she's gonna push, and he's gonna push it, and he's gonna come out of the closet.
He's got a stab.
Michael Myers must pose. No, he just waits and waits and waits and waits, and then she opens it all the way, and he's just there. He doesn't like rah. He's just
Yeah,
there waiting.
and
Oh God, it was so good.
he's so close to the point where like she doesn't get away. The other two,
She doesn't get away clean for sure.
the
She's
other
getting
two
lit there.
might have a chance. So, and that's how they end it with a closet gag, which is a good call. It's a good call, and that's the trailer. Overall thoughts, Jim. It finally came out.
Just like a yay or nay.
Well, just things that aren't
Okay.
specific to this because I'll start it off because when I watched it, and I think I said it to you and some other people. When I finished watching the trailer, I went, "Oh, they made a real movie."
Yeah, I think
Which
they did.
because I mean, it's like, oh, they're doing a rebootish Halloween movie, and it's like, okay, well, some talented people behind it, but you set the bar realistically. We've seen how these things work out, and I was like, oh, I've set the bar far too low, I believe. This looks
Yeah, I was
good.
really expecting this to be somewhere between I'll go see it and complete dog shit. And I think it looks like it's going to be pretty solid. There's there's still things they can do, not as like a fan of the lore, but there's still things they can do that would bother me. Like if there's too many murders. It seems like they want to get back to the core of him just stalking these people and just wiping them out. And if I hope it's not like 10 people all running from him the whole movie. Like I want him picking people off one by one, and I want him deviously murdering people and like like jizzing in that jumpsuit when he does it.
It's like, wasn't your jumpsuit blue before?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it looks a lot more unnerving than I expected. You expect the jump scares and stuff, but like even that
Yeah.
the closet gag, which you could call it a jump scare, but the way it was executed was very good. Like the headbutting and the stall and like the menacing teeth thing. It's like, all right, this character's he's not spooky, he's pretty scary,
I also
and
don't
that's
want
neat.
him getting shot a lot. We know they have to have the false the false finishes of Michael
We're gonna
Myers.
get
We
a
know that we're gonna have a couple.
we're gonna get
It's
a sit up.
Halloween. The first Halloween is what established that as part of like horror movie lore for me. So we know they're gonna be in here because they're doing a lot of other things that are like a service to the original. Certain shots, the three of them walking down the street, the pumpkins, the shots of like they're doing a lot to be like, hey, remember this awesome movie? There's no way they wouldn't do that. I just can it. I don't want it to be the whole movie where like he's getting like okay, he got shot 6 times at the end of that movie, and then they caught him. So yeah, she stabs him in the neck. You showed that shot of him standing from the back, and the hole is in his mask where he got stabbed in the neck.
Hmm.
That attention to detail is going to go a long way for me. But just don't,
I don't think I don't
just
I think,
just
I don't think Laura's gonna shoot him once.
just
I don't think
relax with it. Like do okay. What you're preparing me for, just deliver on what you've shown me in the trailer, and I'll be happy. If what actually happens is like too wacky from what we see in the trailer, I'm not going to be thrilled. If he kills like 14 people and he's like, they shoot him 1,000 times and he keeps getting up and they
I don't care
run
if
him
he
through
kills
his car.
14 plus, but yeah, the shooting and obviously the super
Well,
Jason
I mean,
type
I
of
just
thing.
don't want him killing people that where it doesn't move the story along
You know
further.
what I think? I think it's gonna make sense his journey. It's almost like he's gonna be playing detective. One, breakout. Two, need a car. Two,
Hmm.
three, need my mask, and need to get to Haddonfield. And need to find Laura. She was a babysitter. That's a
I need
babysitter.
clues. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, maybe. And that's what like the family will probably be in jeopardy because it's like, and there's some Strodes, but not really the one I'm looking for. But well, she's dead now. So I think there's going to be a good relationship to why he's doing the things he's doing, like to the point like why is he in this closet? Why is he in this closet?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a babysitter thing.
It's
Maybe
got to be.
maybe Allison Strode was supposed to be the babysitter. May, is he going after just Lori? Is you
Yeah,
know
does he even give a fuck? Wouldn't that be hilarious? If he's like, "Who are you?" Like, I kill chicks that wear tight jeans. That's all I care about.
I'm the mom jeans killer. Yeah, I'm curious about.
I never even thought about that. What if she is way more into him than he doesn't even remember her by name? He's coming for me. Is he? Or does he's just going home
He's
and
going to.
killing?
He left another toy at his house. He's got to go to
Uh-huh.
now. I got to go to Haddonfield to get my shoes. Um, that would be neat, and those are the kind of questions that they're definitely not going to reveal. But
Please don't. Yeah.
things like that, the whys. Is there a relationship?
Don't Terminator Genesis us, please.
Yeah, is there a relationship? And then there's the fun questions of, is Michael Myers gonna talk? Is he going? Is
I didn't even fucking think about that.
Yeah. And with most things, when done right, it'll be fine. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Believe me, to me. It's not like some cardinal rule they can't break
mhm,
because we're only dealing with one other movie here.
yeah,
I don't feel like he can't talk.
yeah. Is he gonna get fully killed? Because like they're making it seem very human, so it's not like how do
Mhm.
we kill this demon? It's just like no, just put a seventh bullet in him this time. I think we'll be all right. Is he gonna die? Is she gonna die? I think
Mm.
everyone's saying probably to the point where the picture that I have up right now. Um, When's that take place? You look at that and you want to say, well, Act Three. Man,
Mhm.
what if it's very early Act Three? What if what if this is
Mhm.
the end of Act
True.
Two? What if this is the end of Act Two when things are at their lowest point? Oh, all the screenwriting books. Somebody usually dies near the end of Act Two. What if it's Laurie Strode?
Good point.
And then you
We
get,
sort of we sort of surmised this a long time ago when it was announced, "Hey, Halloween movie. It's not really a reboot because Laurie Strode's in it and it's Jamie Lee Curtis, but she's I seem to remember hearing like it's a minor role or something, like she's in it, but she's
yeah,
not in it a ton. She's not the main character. But this trailer sure makes it look like she is. Like they're gonna do a psycho on us, maybe. I don't know.
maybe a bit.
Scream us.
But
Got
then
Drew Barrymore.
who are they building up? And then maybe that's like a minor thing. They're like, we're gonna create a new Scream Queen. Um, it won't be Judy Greer, the daughter. She's a middle-aged
Hmm.
lady. I don't think she's gonna start doing horror movies. But maybe Allison Strode, the granddaughter. Maybe this gonna be her movie. Surprisingly, by the end of it, I do think Judy Greer is fucking dead. I think her
Hmm.
not believing her mother with this stuff, and then I do
Yeah,
think,
that.
yeah, I think they're gonna have that, especially if she is seeing shit, and she's like, "I fucking told you, you're crazy, you're bad for my daughter, blah blah blah," and she's gonna get totally fucking killed.
Yeah, how many horror movies is the person who is adamant and about not believing what's happening? How often do they make it to the end?
Yeah.
You know, like the Quacky Doctor in Friday Part 7, Quacky Doctor in Friday Part 8. Uh any of these people, how long do they survive in movies like this? Not very long.
Yeah, the non-believers usually
Mm-mm.
usually get it. Um, like I said, there's a lot of similarities to the original. We called out
Except in
most of
Monster
them.
Squad, that mummy is too goddamn slow to kill the dad. Oh, big scary! And he's just like, I'm gonna kill him if he leaves the door open.
Um, I guess like one of the other like fun questions that we've only got what 3 more months? July, August, September, 4 more months. Um, are they going to set up a sequel to this?
Okay. Did you see the article? I didn't read it. I clicked on it and didn't get to get into it. Danny McBride was like, I kind of just want to shoot both of these at the same time.
Oh, said that, did he?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Doesn't mean that there will be a sequel, but it seems like it was sort of in the plans from the start.
Well, that's very good. That's that's very good. That's good news. Um, I'm
Because then
just
they can really blaze a trail. Think about it. They skip Halloween 2, but they use Halloween 1 because it's great. And they want to jump off of there, make sure it's in the same continuity with the original that's awesome, and Michael Myers. And then now we can really go where we thought it should go. I feel like this movie is a bridge between the original and where it should have gone.
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. And if this was, 92, that would be awesome. Because how many fucking movies are we gonna get with this 80-year-old man, Jim? I can accept how
He's 61.
I can accept this. I can even accept a sequel to this. After that, it's like, guys,
Danny Strode
get
will
his.
be the new killer, just like in my
Oh.
fan film.
Ah. Do we get those callbacks? Do we get Tommy? Do we get Tommy Doyle?
I was thinking about that too. I was gonna say on a fun note, maybe we can end it with surmising what kind of cameos are we gonna get?
I want that Paul Rudd.
We're thinking Paul Rudd, but
Because
maybe
McBride and Paul Rudd are friends, or at least friendly.
that's true. I
He's
didn't
like,
even think about that.
it's like this dude do. Because the thing about movies, and especially horror movies, is it's very nice to have these moments of levity. You're not gonna get tense, scary shit all the way through. You're gonna have some laughs. You're gonna have some
Hmm.
goofy moments. Paul Rudd just in a legitimate cameo, where he's just. I think it could work. It's very risky. Um,
Sergeant Tommy Doyle, what do you think we should do?
get the fuck out of here.
He's
Oh.
doing his weird little spaz things. I'll name him Steven.
Um.
I'll lick the blood off of his belly.
Yeah, I mean those are really the only cameos we can get were the kids. What was the trainer Ben Trainer? Maybe that's the dad. Am I saying?
Ben Tramer is the guy Laurie has a crush on in the original Halloween, and then see Halloween 2 doesn't count, which is good because that's when he gets T-boned by a fucking cop car into an ambulance and then just roasts on fire, and everyone just leaves his body there. He gets hit into an ambulance, and they're just like, "Oh shit! Look at him burn! He's toast." Ben
Ah,
Tramer.
I bet Ben
Oh,
Trainer.
Paul. No keys.
But that's a situation where it's like you don't push those too hard. Like if
Hey,
Ben Tramer's the dad, shit like that, and it's just like you flew too close to the sun.
if Ben Tramer's that's too fan servicey.
Yeah.
That's like making the ambulance guy the dad in H2O. Um, did they do that?
I don't.
Did she say his name? Ambulance driver's name is Jimmy. I'm gonna look that up later. Um, So Tommy, maybe. Lindsay, maybe. Lindsay would be about Karen Strode's
Yeah,
age.
they'd all be around Karen's age there. What if? Oh my God, got it, uh, got it.
Lonnie.
Why is he in that closet? Whose house is that? Could that be? I don't know, Lindsay's house, or he's trying to hunt these people. Like he's searching
Ah.
those clues.
Or they hitting us with the part six, and they're
There
like,
you
"Oh, we
go.
didn't tell you. You bought the Myers house." Here's the
Yeah.
thing. Why that doesn't work. Now that I've lived in a small town for 3, 4 years now, there is no way. If I was thinking about this as we were talking. There is no way in this town there would be a kid who murdered his sister in a house, and n- me not knowing which house that is. Like they don't move houses around too much. Also, if he came back 15 years later, killed 3 more people, and one of the people was still alive and living in the town, I think everyone would run from her on Halloween too. Like I don't like too much of the Halloween universe after one is like people that are like, "Oh yeah, you mean that guy who killed those people?" Do you know what it's like living in a small town? Like people would be talking about that shit all the time. They'd be in Walt's like, "There's fucking Laurie Strode, man. Maybe if she wasn't so fucking crazy, he wouldn't have killed those people." So there's no way you could be like, "Oh, we live in the Myers house." Yeah, everybody would know what house is the Myers house. Everyone would know. Yeah, that's the lady that he didn't get that one night. Especially if she still lived in that same town. Like there's no way that would just people would just forget. Like, "Oh, I thought I was just an extra in a Halloween movie." That's not how small towns work.
Yeah. So what do you think is gonna happen with that property? Is it people just like, yeah, I bought it because it was fucking cheaper than normal because of the
I hope it's still there,
murders?
like run down.
Just like an abandoned one again?
Yeah, I mean, there are plenty of real life examples. We drove past them on the way to basketball. We are like, nobody's lived in there in a long ass time, and yet there it still is, falling apart. So
Yeah, but this is like a
it's not
this
like,
is like a residential. It's like somebody would take the risk and flip it. And,
oh, I see what you're saying. Like somebody would have bought it at some point. Well, her dad was trying to sell it.
I
Lori's
know.
dad was trying to sell it in the first movie, so maybe he sells it. The shit doesn't go down there.
Now, what if the closet? I'm obsessed with whose house this is now.
Maybe it's the
Is
Myers.
that the Myers house? So many questions,
Maybe.
so many theories. These 4 months are going to be fucking torture. When I was done with the trailer, I was like, "This comes out next week, right?
Yeah. Can
Fuck,
I watch it right now on
fuck."
Amazon Prime?
Yeah, like one of those like Super Bowl, and you can watch it right now.
WrestleMania 3.
Oh man.
I,
So
I'm so. I'm trying. Okay, here's where I've gone. I've gone from seeing trailers and getting excited, being let down, to seeing trailers and refusing to get excited, to like, I don't give a fuck. I'll just see a trailer. If I get excited, I
I'll
get excited.
give a fuck.
I'll tell you, I saw this trailer and it delivered and it got me. It hooked me in. And I see what they're doing a lot of things that are similar to other movies, similar to the first one. But great movies have done that before. I can't think of more than one, but Terminator 2 did that a bunch where they're like, this is almost the same goddamn movie, but just like later and with different people and like their kids. So this could be the Terminator 2 of the Halloween
Oh
franchise.
man, that'd be good on a poster.
Remember Terminator 2?
That
It's just
Terminator.
like
What's
that.
that? What bus crash?
A bus crash.
Fuck Bob, you're crazy. So I don't know if I will watch any more trailers. I've been trying to think about that.
I don't want any more.
There
This is
will
good.
be. There will
I
be.
know, I know. I'm saying I don't want any more. This is good for me. I'll take a little more. Okay, did you after you'd seen the trailer, did you go back and watch the her just the two of us and then she boom, then she shoots the thing. It's like an extended version of her shooting out the dummy,
No.
but it's not a. You didn't see it?
Oh, the thing
The,
that you linked me.
yeah,
Oh no, I never. I did not go back to that.
watch that.
I will watch that. What?
It's
Okay.
like it's just a little part of the trailer, but in context, like her dialogue, she's actually saying there's no music, and she's just like in the backyard, and it's only a few seconds, but it's cool.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, now I'm
We
depressed.
went a little over,
I'm
but we
just.
knew this was gonna happen.
I'm just fucking. I'm just like, will Movie Pass exist in October? And I'm doing all this mental math. Um, we will
I
probably
hope so.
there will be more tidbits and news and stuff with this as we get closer, and I'm sure we'll talk about it. Um, we'll see what
We'll
happens.
be here for you.
We'll
We'll
see
be
what
here.
happens if we end up watching the new trailer, because I know September's gonna roll around and they're gonna say, here you go, and it'll be right with a fucking football game or something, and I'm gonna be like, fuck. No. So let's get out of here. It's a 90-minute show. Plugs. You going back to your spot singing and
Yeah, I'll be at Hailstorm again this Thursday. I'll go live on Facebook. That went over really well. Bunch of people watched that and then watched it later and then shared it with people. Like that went really well. I'm gonna go live again.
yeah, it looked nice. It looked fun. It was a good set. It was
Oh, thank
it's
you.
quality shit.
It's fun.
Quality.
I had a good time. Met some cool people. Met a cool band.
Always making
We'll talk about
friends.
that another week when we don't have a trailer to break down for the length of the movie.
Yeah, next week I'll talk about these movies I've seen, maybe the CM Punk fight, although we don't need to do that. But and E3 was this week. The fucking trailer came out. Plugs for me. I'm going to Money in the Bank Sundays. I'm not Russ. I'm not in it. But if you,
Wrestle.
if you see me at the Allstate Arena,
You want me to tell you I want you to ref the match? I'll tell you. I'll tell you that I want you to referee my last match.
I'm not booked, Terry.
Oh, that's baseball for people.
If you see me, you can get me a beer. It's my birthday coming up. June 22nd is my birthday, so this all counts as birthday. That's how I work because I'm a child. Otherwise, please share this episode with people who might like talking and listening about fucking Halloween for 90 plus minutes.
Yeah, a long time, but we love it.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'm Allison Strode.
I'm Ben Tramer.